that your biological system can influence the way you behave? Come, let's have it. Hello, sir. Please, can you explain to us how our biological system can influence our behavior?
Okay, how our biological system can influence our behavior. In other words, it is called psychobiology. It's referred as a scientific method of how our brain, our hormones, our genetics affects our behavior.
Let's dive into the biological basis of behaviors. The biological basis of behaviors focuses on helping us to understand how the human biological system can influence our behaviors, our emotions, our cognitive abilities. The primary biological system that is responsible for controlling, coordinating, and explaining our behaviors are the nervous system. The nervous system is the body's control network. It receives information, processes this information, and sends it as command to our body. The nervous system is divided into two, which is the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system is made up of the brain and the spinal cord, and they are responsible for thinking, reasoning, while the peripheral nervous system are the nerve cells in our body. These nerve cells are the communication network between the brain and the body. The PNS is divided into two, which is the somatic and the autonomic system. The somatic system are the voluntary actions in our body. For example, walking, running, those are voluntary actions. While the autonomic are the voluntary actions in our body. For example, sleeping, digestions, sneezing. These are the autonomic nervous system. And in this autonomic nervous system, it's also divided into two. We have the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system prepares our bodies for emergency. For example, the fight or flight mode. While the parasympathetic nervous system calms our body when we need rest. For example, when we want to sleep, relax, or when we, after eating and our body needs to digest.
Factors of psychobiological processes. When we have sensation and perception. Sensation, they are raw facts. It's how our body organs like the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, and the skin are being able to detect stimuli like light, sound, pressure, taste, and smell. These signals get converted into electrical impulses through a cell called receptor and sent to the brain via nerves.
Of psychobiology and its contemporary issues. The application of psychobiology has to do with the study of how our biological state influences our behavior and how this knowledge is applied in real life. So some of the areas where psychobiology is used in real life is in mental health and psychiatry. It's used in diagnosing mental disorders and studying how the brain affects our behaviors. Now, psychobiology is also used in education. It's used in understanding mental disabilities and learning disabilities and how to enable learning towards people with learning disabilities.
Epigenetics bridges nature and nurture by showing how environmental factors such as stress, diet, or trauma can modify gene activity without changing the DNA sequence. Chemical tags on DNA or histones can turn genes on or off, and these changes can sometimes be passed off from parents to offspring.
The key biological factors include brain structures such as the amygdala and the prefrontal cortex that regulate emotions and social judgment. The hormones like oxytocin, which influence bonding, trust, and attachment. We have the psychobiology of cognition, decision making, and problem solving. Cognition refers to mental processes such as thinking, remembering, reasoning, and problem solving. Psychobiology explains cognition through biological systems such as brain networks responsible for memory and attention, neurotransmitters affecting learning and focus, genetic influences on intelligence and cognitive abilities. Psychobiology in social, cognitive, and environmental contexts emphasizes that human behavior results from complex interactions between biological systems, mental processes, and environmental influences. Understanding these interactions help researchers and professionals develop more effective strategies for improving education, health,